Would all please rise for the singing of the national anthem? Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose gold stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you to Mr. John Conahan and Mr. Michael Hood and the students for the wonderful musical performances we just heard. Good evening, families, faculty, members of the school board, and members of Central Office. My name is Lindsay Schmidt, President of the Class of 2021. I would like to personally welcome Dr. James Crisfield, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Minyewe Dewan, Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Joseph Antonio, President of the School Board, Ms. Tracy Walsh, Vice President of the School Board, as well as all other school board members joining us today for our graduation. On behalf of the entire graduating class of 2021, I would like to welcome all of the families, friends, and teachers from all Wissahickon schools who have joined us to celebrate this special day. A very special thank you goes out to Ms. Johanna Duffy and all of the secretarial staff who helped to make this day successful. Thank you. We did it. We have conquered a huge milestone in life, graduating high school. It is crazy to think that we will not walk down these halls together next year. Instead, we'll be creating our own new and unique memories all over the country. Though many of us are eager to enter this new chapter in our lives, let us reflect on what we've accomplished together over the last 13 years. We all started as strangers walking into new elementary schools, but along the way, we have made lifelong friendships. Although we have shared a home in the Wissahickon school community, we have found our own individuality as well. We have grown to become confident in who we are, and we have paved interesting and diverse pathways for our own future successes. Wouldn't you agree, looking back over the years, how much we really took school for granted? The group projects, lunch table talks, and hallway hellos were all abruptly stopped due to COVID-19. All of a sudden, we were craving the social interaction that was woven into our everyday school routine. We discovered the fun of car circles and soon cherished drive-by birthday parties and even Zoom movie nights. Literally any excuse that we could think of to be with each other. Who knew that it would be a full 14 months before we'd all be together again as the class of 2021? This year, more than ever, we've embodied our class motto of resilience. We were given a challenging senior year, but we were able to make the most of it. We were the first class to have a seniors-only day, and we were the first class to have the first ever WHS outdoor prom. Although this year has been very unpredictable, to say the least, as a class, I know we'll be able to use the life lessons that we have learned throughout our lives. Stick together, find the good in every situation, and most importantly, never ever give up. Good luck on your journeys ahead. I know adventure is out there for all of us. Thank you. I would now like to welcome to the stage Olivia Welsh.
2021. I honestly don't know what to make of such a year. What I can say, class of 2021, is that we have overcome disappointments before. Remember those dreaded 4 years of swimming? How we were the last class to have to take physical science? How we left the middle school right before midterms were abolished? You're all familiar with the list. I know we've talked about it enough. We made it through those annoyances, and we are making it through this. I can't pretend this is the year we wanted. That would be insincere. I'm not going to ask you to abandon your disappointments to find the silver lining of this difficult year. Instead, I ask you to look towards the future. We are watching major events unfold. We are becoming adults in a world that is rapidly changing. In a world that, as proven by this pandemic, is struggling. I highlight this fact because this is our commencement, a beginning, the start of a new chapter in our lives. We move out into a world in which old institutions are crumbling, and so many people are confused, left behind, needing help. This means that we emerge into the light of society at the exact moment that our world is at its most malleable, the moment the world could most benefit from our help. Class of 2021, this year has been incredibly tough for us, but we have a special opportunity. This dispirited world of Teams calls and air hugs, of sickness and struggle, is ours to bring back to life. Rather than looking with nostalgia upon a less than ideal year, look with hope upon our future. I have confidence in our ability to change the trajectory of this world because I have watched you all grow and achieve successes alongside me. I've seen sports captains exhibit a remarkable ability to create team unity in socially distanced times. I've seen a robotics team thrive and win awards despite obstacles. I've seen our musicians perform concerts and a musical virtually. I've seen you start new clubs, try new things. I've seen the quieter kids have a profound impact on our community with their writing or carefully considered class participation. And I've seen the louder kids bring an amazing new dynamic to our classrooms by breaking down barriers. We are incredibly capable, each of us with something different to bring to the table. See, we are already constructing our own world and pushing through struggles to create joy and unity. We have each other to thank for amazing opportunities and impressive growth. We will take on this world together now. After everything we've been through, we now have this opportunity of commencement. I can't wait to watch how the world changes as we head out into it, because we will all have an impact. Remember how capable you are and what you have the opportunity to do. Create the world you want to live in. Congratulations on all of the achievements which have brought us to this point. Here's to a bright and hopefully crowd and hug and indoor gathering filled future.
Thank you, Olivia. I would now like to welcome to the stage Ms. Paula Venezia, Principal of Stony Creek Elementary, to give the district congratulations.
Good evening, school board members, Dr. Crisfield, and all of the central office administrators, principals, teachers, families, and the stars of tonight's events, our 2021 Wissahickon graduates. I'm Paula Venencia, the principal at Stony Creek Elementary School, and I'm honored to be standing here before you, wishing you the best that life has to offer. First, let me say congratulations. Congratulations on completing 13 years of education. It is now time for you to go out into the world. For many of you, that means leaving the comfort of your home, leaving the comfort of your friends who you have made over the past 13 years, and leaving the comfort of Wissahickon. Since I'm an elementary principal, I would like to send you off with some great advice from Robert Fogum. Everything I needed to know, I learned in kindergarten. Share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess, don't take things that aren't yours, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, wash your hands before you eat, flush, warm cookies and milk are good for you, live a balanced life, learn some, think some, draw and paint and sing, and dance and play and work some every day. Take a nap every afternoon. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup. The roots go down and the plant goes up, and nobody really knows how or why, but we are all like that. And then remember the Dick and Jane books and the first word you learned, the biggest word of all, look. Everything you need to know is in there somewhere. The golden rule and love and basic sanitation, ecology and politics and equality and sane living. Take any one of these items and extrapolate it into sophisticated adult terms and apply it to your family life or your work or your government or your world, and it holds true and clear and firm. Think what a better world it would be if we all, the whole world, had cookies and milk at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then all lay down with our blankies for a nap. Or if all governments had as a basic policy to always put things back where they found them and to clean up their own mess. And it is still true, no matter how old you are, when you go out into the world, it is best to hold hands and stick together. So as you head out to wherever you go this summer and fall, higher education or the workplace, find your people, the ones who get you and who've got your back, the ones who make you smile and laugh, and then stick together. Best of luck, graduates, to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Mrs. Venezia. And now for a senior music selection performed by the Senior Camerata, written and directed by Mr. John Conahan. Thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome to the podium our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. James Crisfeld, for his address to the graduates.
Thank you, Lindsay. It's always nice to take part in a high school graduation ceremony, but for obvious reasons, tonight is especially awesome. One of the things about graduation is, it's hard for people to remember much, if anything, of what the adults say. I have some important things to share, and I do want you to remember them, so I'm going to keep it simple. Just mind the 3 C's and the 3 P's. Community. If we've learned anything, or if we've learned absolutely nothing else during this global pandemic, we now know we need each other more than ever. We need to be a community, not a conglomerate of communities. You members of the class of 2021 have modeled for us adults how to do that. You support each other. You stand up for each other, and you care about each other. That's community. Compromise. Another thing the pandemic has reminded us of is the role compromise plays in our society. Here at Wissahickon, you have remembered that and have, once again, showed us adults the way. You dealt with virtual learning when it wasn't everything you had hoped. You dealt with events like Senior Day, or even this graduation, that weren't exactly normal and didn't meet all of your preferences, but were awesome nonetheless because of your embrace of the moment and your embrace of compromise. Civility. As a side note, this C word was going to be civics, but regrettably, the former history teacher up here in front of you laments there's never enough time for civics. So instead, it's civility. Because we need look no further than how gracefully and civilly you made your way through your senior year. It was nowhere near easy, and yet you supported each other, kept any objections to a low, respectful din, and gave us a real reason to hope for our future because you made our present work. Now on to the P's. Perseverance. This one speaks for itself, but yet it needs to be said. The willingness and ability of our students and our staff to stick with it this year under ridiculously trying circumstances has been inspirational to me. Yes, it's always an accomplishment to make it to the graduation finish line, but this year, it's akin to taking that first step on the moon, as far as I'm concerned. Inspirational. Poise. Not only did you persevere and make it, but you did so with such poise. Moving forward, we adults are going to look to you for how to do things that are hard with poise and dignity. You still raise money for awesome charities. You still help classmates with incredible displays of compassion. And you still made some really great music and won some really hard-fought athletic contests, all with a poise that we're going to remember for a long time. Pride. Lastly, while the above things are going to be what we remember about you, this last one is what I want you to remember about us. That is, after everything a global pandemic could throw at us, we look at you and have this incredible sense of pride. Pride in what you have accomplished here at Wissahickon, pride in your grit and compassion, and pride in what you have become. Indeed, when you officially graduate from Wiss Nation later this evening, please know you are always welcome back, always a member of the family, and we will always be as proud of you as we can be. So that's it. 3 C's, 3 P's, and a heartfelt congratulations from Dr. C. Well done indeed, class of 2021. Well done.
Thank you, Dr. Crisfeld. Now please join me in welcoming to the stage our 2021 valedictorian, Alex Yum.
Hey guys. Multi-grain is pretty good. I was going to get these for all of you, but apparently the school cafeteria doesn't cater peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's a real shame. I didn't think this through. How do you make your PB&J? Since the dawn of time, the different answers to this question have been the subject of controversial debate. Think about the sandwich making process as a journey with countless paths. One slice with jelly, one slice with peanut butter, both slices, both spreads, toasted or untoasted, multi-grain, white or potato, or you're lazy and just go for the Uncrustables, which I can respect. I know for a fact that at least one person in this audience adds pickles, cheese, and grilled onions too. And honestly, as long as you're not my sister, this person, who are we to judge for your sandwich construction blueprint? Similarly, the blueprint of everyone's K-12 journey has been different. Some of us knew our future career aspirations the moment we stepped into kindergarten, while others are still undecided. Some of us moved to WHS from different cities, states, countries, planets, while others have been in this district since day one. In high school, some of us focused on STEM classes, others arts and music, others humanities, and others a combination or something completely different. We started businesses, worked a part-time job, won competitions, discovered our passions, and took several steps to accomplishing career or life goals. We joined different clubs that interested us, played different sports, or ran track, and participated in different activities outside of school. Of course, for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, whatever approach you take to making it results in more or less the namesake sandwich. The countless potential paths to your PB&J making journey are all similar in two indisputable facts. They have peanut butter and they have jelly. While each one of us, as WHS students and 2021 graduates, has traveled on different paths to get to where we are today, we too have our own similarities that connect us. This past year, all of us have gone through trials and tribulations, a canceled junior year prom, senior banquet, and other exciting senior year events as the coronavirus completely changed our academic and social lives. We've all suffered through countless classes on Teams and had to take tests online, but with our stellar positivity, perseverance, and academic integrity, we have prevailed. Through these difficult times, it's often comforting to know that your peers went through the same challenges. However, it's also important to note that just as there were difficulties that many of us faced together, there have also been positive experiences that we all share as WHS students. We had our senior prom, senior day, movie night, and picnic. We're sitting here right now at an in-person graduation with pretty good weather. That wasn't planned. We all had the privilege of receiving a quality education from caring, passionate, and dedicated teachers, to whom I would like to say on our behalf, thank you. From day one, the class of 2021 had this one shared goal that we were never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to run around and desert you. Thank you. These past years, we've made lifelong friends, people who can cry with us or console us when we're having a bad day, friends who we can depend on in times of need, those who we can trust with our deepest secrets, just as we can trust them with ours. And we've also witnessed these supposedly strong bonds of trust become shattered by mere water guns. Nonetheless, with these teachers, friends, and other relationships we've built, we've made countless unforgettable memories. Carrying jugs of milk or whole watermelons around when hanging out with friends, planning to stick plastic forks into school fields at 11 p.m. on a Thursday, sitting at graduation listening to a guy grasp for connections between peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in high school. These are the memories that are going to randomly pop up in our heads in a couple of years and make us smile or cringe. Hopefully you don't cringe. Alan Rufus, who was the first Lord of Richmond, once recited the following. Life is like a sandwich, birth as one slice and death as the other. What you put in between the slices is up to you. Is your sandwich tasty or sour? Now, if I've learned anything from high school English classes, it's that poems are supposed to rhyme, but this one did not. Take that as you will. But we can also learn something from this. To each one of us, high school graduation should represent a culmination of our individual efforts. You've each made so many life decisions that paved the path to where you're standing today. But alas, this path is far from complete, as each of you will continue to make more life-altering decisions. And this also means that you hold the greatest responsibility. Just as you decide the condiments of your sandwich, you determine what lies in store in your life. You determine your own potential because only you are capable of understanding yourself. You determine your future and how others will perceive you, and you push the cogs of your own life, and you yourself manifest your reality. It's up to you what you put in between the slices. It sounds silly, but peanut butter and jelly sandwiches can teach us a little bit about ourselves. Just as we may approach the sandwich making process differently from the person next to us, each of our journeys for the past 13 years has been different, reflecting our varying interests and personalities. And just as each PB&J irrefutably has peanut butter and jelly, as WIS students, we have experiences that we all share. Our differences are what make us individuals, ready to face the world in our own separate ways. Our similarities are what make us WISIC and Trojans, forever and always. Congratulations, class of 2021, we made it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Let me once again introduce you to our Wissahickon High School Camerata, led by Mr. John Conahan. At this time, please stand for the singing of our alma mater. Thank you. Please be seated. I would now like to welcome to the podium our principal, Dr. Lynn Blair, for her address to the graduates.
I feel like I have to unmute my microphone or something. This evening, your family, friends, teachers, administrators, school board members are all here to celebrate your hard work, leadership, and your future potential. Congratulations, class of 2021. You walked into the stadium tonight as the senior class of 2021, and you will leave the stadium as Wissahickon High School alumni. In keeping with tradition, I'm going to put the spotlight on you for this graduation speech. 2020-2021 2021 has been a lot, or extra, as you all say. We can choose to want to cancel or eliminate 2020 and 2021 from our lives if you wanted to, and that choice would make sense and would be easy to understand because you have really not been short on challenges.
We ride the highs and lows. You'll never be alone, even when your world explodes. 'Cause after all the smoke clears, I will be right here.
But let's flip the script and look at 2020 and 2021 as the most important year of them all. The one where the real learning and the real growing happened. The one when we banded together. The one when we saw ourselves and those around us differently. The one when we learned what really matters and what we want our priorities to be. I Googled the expression hindsight is 2020, and here's what Google said is the meaning of this expression. It's easier to analyze and evaluate situations when we're looking back on them in the past than when we're in the present moment. That got me thinking. I know how we all felt during the disappointments, the cancellations, and the stress of 2020 and 2021, but can hindsight be 2020 in looking back at 2020? Since this is a celebration of you, I decided to see what you might see when looking in your own rearview mirror. A couple months ago, I asked the class of 2021 to share a few things that you enjoyed doing while being disconnected from the normalcy that I think we all too often take for granted. You missed each other, that goes without saying.
Whatever we deny or embrace, for worse or for better, we belong, we belong, we belong together.
But despite missing each other, a lot of you shared that you learned or took up new hobbies. Some went running, some enjoyed bike riding, and others went hiking. Others of you shared that you enjoyed cooking, playing games with your family, playing the piano, getting a new dog, and photography. Jake Kelly shared a very interesting response. He shared, I enjoyed learning about me and taking the time to sit down and learn what I want to do. That might seem initially simple, but trust me, it's not. You use this time to figure out what makes you tick. You figured out what your dreams are and what your purpose might be, and I'm here to tell you that you can achieve all of those dreams.
I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. The world we're gonna make.
Along that line, I also asked you to share something that you learned about yourself during the pandemic. Rear view thinking, hindsight is 2020 kind of a thing. Looking back and reflecting makes that difference. Catherine Kennedy shared that she doesn't always need to be busy to feel important. That's really well said. Libby Concierge said that she doesn't need to change for anyone and that she learned that she should never hide her true self.
I promise that you'll never find another like me. I'm the only one of me. Baby, that's the fun of me. You're the only one of you. Baby, that's the fun of you. And I promise that nobody's gonna love you like me.
Frank Tucker and Claudia Kastenchar said that they learned that they are more resilient and have a level of perseverance more than they ever knew that they had. Despite the overwhelming heaviness of it all, they learned that they will rise up always.
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes, I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me.
Sophia Murray shared a newfound level of patience for others, and Olivia Welsh shared that she discovered an appreciation for the little things in life. These are lessons that perhaps, without the trials of 2020 and 2021, our rear view look wouldn't actually see. The most tear-jerking and heart-touching responses from you were when I asked you to please share a time when you felt like you did something for someone else or you were a person that someone else needed or relied on. We ask you all the time to identify your heroes, but the real beauty and purpose in life is not identifying your hero, but instead being someone else's hero. This time has shown all of you that being somebody to someone is kindness in action.
Heard it on the radio, way back home, that I'm gonna be someone. I guess it was a song they wrote saying don't go slow, 'cause you're gonna be someone. They were singing hallelujah, hallelujah.
2020. Many of you proved that you have achieved hero status. Dominic Ignatia shared that he helped his classmates with assignments when they were struggling. Sophia Murray created masks for essential workers, and in her words, she just did what she could. Elena Dahl prepared meals to be given to people who were food insecure or who facing difficult times. Brett Lehman volunteered through his synagogue to help people in need in Philadelphia. Kevin Pineda upped his hours at his job so he could help his family. Olivia Welsh made it her mission to check in with those most important to her. Jake Kelly organized an initiative to send virtual cards to hospitals and healthcare facilities. And Santo Carbo did the grocery shopping for his grandparents so they could eliminate the risk of exposure. I encourage you to take all the good that you can from the challenges you faced. Hindsight is 2020. As you begin your next chapter, commit to your passion. Use your limitless potential to be transformational and be impatient for change. Don't allow regret or negativity to own any piece of you. Always root for the underdog and strive to better the lives of others. Let go of whatever is standing between you and your highest opinion of yourself, because with hard work and determination, you can always be the best version of you. Speaking on behalf of all of your family, friends, staff, and community members, I am so genuinely proud of you. Class of 2021, you are simply the best.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone I ever met. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone I ever met. You're simply the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Blair. I now welcome one of our assistant principals, Dr. Haney, to the podium to recognize our seniors who have excelled in community service, co-curricular activities, and academics.
Thank you, Lindsay. Each year, various individuals, community groups, and school organizations sponsor awards or scholarships for those seniors who have excelled in academics, co-curricular activities, and community service. These Friends of Wissahickon High School have donated $102,129.50 that was awarded to various seniors last Friday evening. I ask the recipients of the scholarship awards recognized in a ceremony last Friday night to please stand so that we may acknowledge your achievements. Please be seated. I now invite all students who were recognized at the Senior Awards Ceremony on Monday evening to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I'd also like to acknowledge the following student achievements. And students, you may be seated after each round. National Merit finalists, please stand. National Merit Commended Scholars, please stand. Foreign Language Honor Society, please stand. School Board Student Representatives, please stand. National Honor Society, please stand. Please be seated. If you are committing to service to our country through the armed forces, an academy, or the ROTC, please rise. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service. And will the following students please stand? Lily Hyatt, Bayan Kekia, and Jackie Zhang. These are the only students in the class of 2021 who have not missed one day of school in the past 4 years. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Haney. I would now like to invite Mr. Marshall Bleefeld, school board member, to give the school board address.
This is an incredible view, I have to tell you. Before I even begin, I have to tell you, I wish I could bring up each and every one of you individually, because after the last year plus that we have all persevered through, the view from here is absolutely incredible. Graduates, as I made my way up on the stage, I could tell by the look in your eyes exactly what you're thinking. Wonderful. Another speech by another adult telling us how wonderful we are and how well we did this year. And to you, I say, you're welcome. And to the one graduate who is counting the seconds until I finish my speech, walk down to my seat and sit down, to you, Max, I say, you're welcome. When I thought about what I could possibly say to all of you today at this incredible occasion, it actually came to me rather quickly. I figured I would just tell you what I always tell myself every time I start a new task, or start a new adventure, or head out on something completely new. It's 4 words. I always tell myself this, and those who know me best know what I'm about to tell you. It's a line from a movie. In fact, it's my favorite line from a movie. If you've seen the original Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean for those of you who took French 4, you know that there is a scene at the end of the movie, the final scene, when those swashbuckling pirates head out on their next great adventure, with the sun on their faces as they head out into the open seas. You can hear this wonderful line, "Bring me that horizon." And when I think about today and what it means for all of you, I can't think of anything more appropriate than those words for all of you. Because as you sit here today, you're about to embark on your next path. And today is not about looking back. It's not about what was or what could have been. It's about looking ahead, about what is and what will be. And although you're going to wake up tomorrow and probably not feel any different than you do today, that is going to change, because your lives are going to change. Over the coming days and weeks and months, you're all going to fan out, doing all sorts of incredible things, each in search of your own horizon. Now, truth be told, neither I nor anybody else here can tell you what that path is going to look like. But it's the path itself that is the excitement and part of the journey that is what we all look for all of you. So I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I can give you an example. 31 years ago, in another state, in another place, I sat where you're all sitting. I sat listening to a whole bunch of speeches I can't remember, waiting to walk up on stage to get my diploma. And I can tell you, it never even occurred to me that in just 3 short decades, I would be standing right here, providing some sort of wisdom for all of you. And while I can't tell you what's going to happen, and none of us can, it does warm my heart just a little to think that no matter what all of you do, no matter where you go, the possibility exists that in just a generation from now, one or more of you could be standing right here in front of your own child and his or her classmates, wishing them well as they move along on the next phase of their journey. Isn't that an incredible feeling? And that's what today is all about. So graduates, I want you to think about that. Think about where it is you may be going, what you may be doing, and realize how incredible it is. Before I finish, I'd like for you to do one favor for me. I'd like you to look out there. And when I say look out there, I'm not talking about the scoreboard. And I'm certainly not talking about that bumper car track you all refer to as the student parking lot. No, what I'm referring to is looking all the way out there, as far as your heart and your soul will allow, where the skyline meets the shoreline, because that, graduates, is where you are headed. That is where you will find all that it is you seek. So with that in mind, I urge you to be like those swashbuckling pirates, standing at the helm of your own ship, about to embark, with your friends and loved ones wishing you a bon voyage as you make it to that next phase of your wonderful lives. And as you look out there and you stand ready on the great ship that will be your adventure, I want you to have one hand on that giant wheel that will keep you as steady as you go, and the other hand on your diploma, the compass that will help guide you on your quest. Because today, graduates, it's time. It's time for you to say to yourselves and command to the world, now, bring me that horizon. Congratulations, class of 2021. You've earned it. Yo-ho.
Thank you, Mr. Bliefeld. I now invite Dr. Blair and Mr. Antonio to the podiums here on stage.
Mr. Antonio, at this time, it is my pleasure to present to you the class of 2021. They've completed all of the course and credit requirements established by the state of Pennsylvania and Wissahickon School District. I ask that you accept my recommendation that they be declared graduates of Wissahickon High School.
Thank you, Dr. Blair. As school board president, I have the annual honor of officially accepting the graduating class. But first, I know we've heard a lot from many speakers, but I still want to say a few more words to our seniors. Class of 2021, your final year at Wissahickon was difficult and challenging for so many reasons. We all know that. But you know what? You made it through. You're here today. Despite the pandemic-induced limitations, barriers, and setbacks. Despite the isolation, disappointment, and anguish that you felt. You made it here today. That's significant. And it shows that you have the strength and resilience to make it through tough times. Remember that. Feel proud about that. And when you experience hardship again, because you will, we all do, feel confident that you have what it takes to get through it. You proved it this year. But also remember that you don't have to get through tough times or setbacks alone. Another lesson of the pandemic is how valuable and important our connections to each other really are. And when we reach out, look out for, and lean on each other, we are all better off. Okay, Well, let's get to the official part. Dr. Blair, on this 10th day of June 2021, as president of the Wissahickon School Board, and on behalf of the entire school board, I accept that the students in the class of 2021 have completed all of the necessary courses and earned the academic credit required by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Wissahickon School District to be declared graduates of Wissahickon High School. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. To begin the presentation of diplomas, will the senior officers and representatives please rise?
Dr. Rothenberger and Dr. Woodland Smith, if you'd please take your places at the microphones.
Lindsay Madeline Schmidt.
Lindsay Ann Frenia.
Haley Madison Reed.
Noelle Therese Heron.
Nicole Amber Palish.
Kylie Marie Peppelman.
Let's give another round of applause for our officers.
Olivia Cavallo Welsh.
Taraji Jelani Ellington.
Alexander Jihoon Yum.
Gabrielle Eliza Grosser.
Jackson Alfred Grunke.
Avery Scarlett Hirsch.
Natalie Alexandra Kaplan.
Kelsey Elizabeth Miller.
Abigail Rose Morehouse.
Marley Hannah Rimmer.
Frank Isaiah Tucker IV.
Juliette Lynn Yost.
Eliana Maria Agliaro.
Randall Lyle Aiken III.
Dylan Hunter Akers.
Rodrigo Alatorre.
Sean Edward Allison.
Sarah Al-Hafar.
Yara Al-Hafar.
Mina Al-Shamri.
Jordan Elizabeth Alt.
Roshan Anwar Ali Amir.
Aiden Michael Andrews.
Julianne Bless de Leon Aniceto.
Elizabeth Ruth Aziz.
Enervin Banerjee.
Emanuele Mathias Barbash.
Paige Amanda Benning.
Maggie May Bianchini.
Colin Noah Borden.
Max Evan Bliefeld.
Casey Natanya Brown.
Adam Edward Bush.
Ajane Monique Bush.
Jake Dean Bidalick.
Colin Patrick Cahill.
Santo Nicholas Carbo.
Zachary Stephen Carey.
Riley Elizabeth Carr.
Sean Michael Carr.
Ella Carl Carter.
Kelly Elena Castillo.
Sophia Rose Chiodo Ortiz.
Martina Caterina Siliberto.
Guy Edward Simini.
Emma Rose Claiborne.
Patrocino Javier Coluch Hernandez.
Matthew Isaiah Compass.
Angelica Mary Connolly.
Luis Contreras.
Shannon Marie Conway.
Taylor Cheyenne Cooper.
Abigail Cortez Ramirez.
Nicholas James Cruz.
Ryan Benjamin Culp.
Daniel Cooke Million.
Zachary Thomas DeLaw.
Dagmar Chen Daniel.
Charlotte Ophelia Davis.
Anthony John Decembrino.
Gabriel Thomas Decker.
Abigail Michelle DeGroot.
Nivea Kanye Dennis.
Elena Mackenzie Dahl.
Matthew Joseph Donovan.
Francesca Dorn.
Catherine Adeline Doherty.
Owen John Dowling.
Aiden Ann Drabick.
Natalie Winifred Drake.
Gregory John Dupe Jr.
Skylar Faye Durham.
Lawson Hakan English.
Christopher Anthony Fidel.
Amber Elizabeth Farmer.
Michael James Fath.
Benjamin Ruben Feliciano Jr.
Sophia Rose Ferrante.
Seth Christian Floyd.
Nathaniel James Ford.
Samuel Wayland Ford.
Connor James Fratantero.
Sarah Grace Friedman.
Ryan Alexander Friedman.
Matthew Bernard Fritz.
Eunice Chia Ying Fu.
Molly Ann Furmeister.
Zael Faith Fulton.
Quinn Francis Gaffey.
Tomas Joseph Gagliano.
Alexander Ryan Garrison.
Brendan Thomas Garrity.
Brian Christopher Gary.
Jillian Gertrude Garvey.
Reese Spencer Gades Littman.
Maxwell Allen Gendelman.
Caroline Noel Giddings.
Brandon Lamar Gilliard.
Ethan Samuel Glass.
Daniel Jacob Glazer.
Quentin Mackay Glover.
Jane Alexandra Goldsmith.
Maria Fernanda Gonzalez.
Hunter William Grafe.
Tyler John Greco.
Claire Rose Gruen.
Robert Joseph Haas.
Leo William Hanley.
Andrew William Harris.
Serena Rose Hartzell.
Caroline Hassel.
Maximus Carter Hayes.
Samira Haynes.
Timothy Joseph Henrick.
Tyler Vincent Heyman.
Trevor Rain Hirsch.
Mandy Ho.
Joseph Francis Hornig IV.
Charlotte Grace Horvat.
Lily Harper Hyatt.
Annalisa Huertas.
Dominic James Ignatius.
Jackson Cole Intrary.
Sonia Ruth Ippolito.
Lauren Elizabeth Jackson.
Gianna Lauren Jacobson.
Iden Bennett Jaffe.
Sasha Bell Jason.
Drew Sinclair Johnson.
Madison Rose Johnson.
Maurice Princeton Johnson Jr.
Maya Nicole Marie Johnson.
Kaylee Marie Joyce.
Bayan Kakia.
Audrey Jamin Kang.
Claudia Rose Kassenchar.
Matthew Alexander Keene.
Yasmin Rose Kearns.
Jake Thomas Kelly.
Teresa Ann Kelly.
Aiden Seamus Kennedy.
Catherine Quinn Kennedy.
Elias George Kilshaw.
Daniel Hyunmin Kim.
Nathan Hyunbin Kim.
Nathan Lee Kim.
Soo-Jin Kim.
Mari Ralston Clea.
Benjamin Samuel Klein.
Zachary Cole Knapp.
Rebecca Nicole Kraus.
Daniel John Krieger.
Margaret Rose Krieger.
Matthew Theodore Krieger.
Alexander Jacob Krosky.
Elizabeth Mary Kunzier.
William Wall Kunzier.
Caroline Marie
Clara Rose Labick.
Owen Thomas Kai Latchford.
Justin Kang Lay.
Donovan Edward Leary.
Jae-Yul Lee Jr.
Irene Saw Young Lee.
Brett Alexander Lehman.
Florino Leva Candido.
Maxwell Blake Leonard.
Sabrina Lynn.
David Allen Little.
Jalen Brianna Littlejohn.
J. Simone Lloyd.
Shane Allen Lloyd.
Julian Kiyoshi Long.
William Kyle Long.
Desiree Janice Lonan.
Layla Christine Lopez.
Amirami Lopez Noya.
Grayson Noah Lovitz.
Stefan William Lowry.
Shane Zeden Lynch.
Braden Wallace McMaster.
Samuel Finnegan Malloy.
Vincent James Malazzi.
Cameron Farrell Matisse.
Jack Dominic Marcantonini.
Zachary Joseph Marcus.
Megan Lynn Marola.
Caitlin Mary Marquard.
Zeta Olivia Martin.
Billy Martinez.
Jaden Jeremiah Mayfield Butts.
Timothy Ryan Mazer.
Jordan McDonald.
Kylie Maria McFadden.
Laura Jane McGeehan.
George John McHale.
Kira Madison McHenry.
Aiden Michael McLaughlin.
Rohan Pai Mehta.
Isabella Natalie Mersado.
Daniel Antonio Mazin Barboza.
Arlie Serena Mexcatitla Torres.
Amani Shantis Majet Muhammad.
Jordan Elena Miller.
Noah Sean Miller.
Janelle Monet Mitchell.
Sayin Moon.
Jennifer Marie Mooney.
Jessica Morales.
Austin Wyatt Morong. Nasir Moomin.
Sophia Teresa Murray.
Brody Jonathan Myers.
Caden Michael Nace.
Brandon Christopher Newman.
Cameron Alexander Newman.
Amy Pong Novak.
Selma Nisiwi.
Jordan Page Nidish.
Bridget Ann O'Donnell.
Chase Andrew Stephen Ott.
Kevin Enho Pack.
Maya Guevara Patel.
Kaylin Noel Papanastasiou.
Gianna Lee Penna.
Naylan Ishan Patterson.
Courtney Lynette Page Miller.
Andreas Perez.
Jana Hope Perkins.
Scott Francis Pfeiffer.
Alexa Renee Pfeiffer.
Anthony Scott Picone.
Brendan Michael Pierlot.
Kevin Danilo Pineda.
Reed Caleb Possoff.
Benjamin William Powers Jr.
Amav Sabudi Prasi.
Alexander William Prieston.
Daniel Puhach.
Crystal Bao Kwan.
Thomas Anthony Quinn.
Siddharth Thandisaro Rajesh.
Justin Robert Ratner.
Manolo Mejia Raimundo.
Eric Jordan Reed.
Stephen Michael Riley.
Isabella Nicole Ritchie.
Gabriel Timothy Roberts.
Kareem Joseph Roberts.
Nicholas Ryan Rodriguez.
Sabrina Rodriguez.
John Craig Rogers.
Delaney Michelle Roman.
Julia Rose Zerzong Ronka.
Maya Shoshana Rosenthal.
Evan Blake Rosoff.
Julia Faith Rosenthal.
Sean Thomas Rouse.
Remy Leah Rosenthal.
Everett Reeves Rout.
Kayani Nahe Rowe.
Dylan Isaac Rotenberg.
Nolan James Ryan.
Carlos Davi Sacramento Matilde.
Adora Sara.
Ethan Lawrence Sarwer.
Hannah Delaney Scally.
Eric James Schilling.
Aaron James Schmidt.
Jack William Ernst Schmidt.
Eric John Schreiner Jr.
Juyeon Jenny So.
Faisal Abdul Munaf Sheikh.
Christopher Donald Shea.
Stephen Michael Sabilla Jr.
Emma Rose Siegel.
Kevin Waldemar Sharatsky.
Jacob Hunter Slackman.
Richard Devlin Slatowski.
Jordan Alexander Smale.
Jasmine Monet Smalls.
Andrew Jonah Snyderman.
Lily Claire Solberger.
Alexander Cole Solomon.
Lily Bryn Solomon.
Vishal Athreya Soimian.
Aiden Shea Steigelman.
Sarah Jane Sugarman.
Crystal Marie Suen.
Ethan Westbrook Sumner.
Devin Gianna Pastilli.
Shrikar Imandi Sunil.
Sophia Elpitha Seminis.
Lauren Rose Tabacon.
Samantha Rafaela Talbot.
Jackson Caldwell Tappan.
Manny Joel Taveras.
Joshua Dallin Taylor.
Allison Rose Thompson.
Cheyenne Torres.
Jacob Stephen Tillman.
Joshua Belitha Tillman.
Luke Ryan Troutwine.
Angelo Christian Trigueros.
Juliet Isabella Tripoli.
Liam Vaughn Trumbore.
Daniel John Tumalo.
Braden Quinn Urzua.
Natalie Rose Vacchiano.
Samantha Marie Van Tassel.
Jack Harry Violante.
Christian Newcomb Vorkheimer.
Alexandria Dershay Wallace.
Emma Marie Walsh.
Hannah Yixing Wang.
Lillian Wang.
Peyton Wells Weber.
Xavier Quaylee Wedderburn.
Sarah Hannah Weinstein.
Madeline Taylor Westcott.
Essence Alexis Renee Whitaker.
Anaya White.
Tyler Simone Whiting.
Shania Maxine Wiley.
Kendall Rose Williams.
Kenneth Lewis Williams III.
Kaid Romello Williams Bay.
Christopher Edward Wilson.
Shamir Marquise Wilson.
Jennifer Aubrey Winter.
Mackay Danny Wright.
Wan Yu Yang.
Nuket Laura Eelder.
Jessica Hope Youngblood.
Nicole Dana Zappin.
Kevin Anthony Zeber.
Sarah Yushing Zhang.
Anna Zhang.
Jackie Zhang.
Paige Ashley Zimmerman. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Graduates, please move your tassel from right to left. I would now like to introduce Mr. John Conahan and the Wissahickon Camerata to sing the benediction. Graduates, please rise.
Always at your back.
Class of 2021, please join me in making our 21 on the turf. Wissahickon High School, Class of 2021, you are dismissed.